take some things that seemed very serious to me, I watched everything change. I said, "What's her name?" "It's Precious. She is 14, and she is my last child. But she is our only girl, and I am worried for her and for all of the girls in our village. And I think maybe you can help me, because I will not think of it like a woman will think of it." And we sat there for 3 hours into the Ethiopian night, planning, him telling me about resources, about issues, about ways that we could work within his village. And then he said to me, "We do this work in Ethiopia. Why are we not to do this work in my country?" And I said, "Robert, there's no reason why we're not to do this work in your country, but you're gonna have to give me time to get there." It took me 1.5 years before I got to Uganda. And it took me 1.5 years before we got all of the resources.
His nose. They sniffed him over 1 by 1, they sniffed him 2 by 2. And noble Rex, in high disdain, stood still till they were through. Then, just to show the whole shebang he didn't give a damn, he trotted to the grocery store and piddled on a ham. He piddled in the mackerel keg. He piddled on the floor. And when the grocer kicked him out, he piddled through the door. Behind him, all the city pups lined up with instinct true to start a piddling carnival and see the stranger through. They showed him every piddling post they had in all the town. He started in with many a wink to pee the stranger down. They sent for champion piddlers who were always on the go, who sometimes did a piddling stunt or gave a piddling show. They sprung these on him suddenly when halfway around the square. Rex only smiled and polished off both smooth and wire hair. For Rex was with them every trick with vigor and with vim. 1,000 piddles more or less were all the same to him. So he was wetting merrily, hind leg kicking high, when most were hoisting legs in bluff and piddling muddy dry. On and on went noble Rex. On and on Rex sought new grounds by piles and scraps and rust, till all the... You're missing a good one. Till every city dog went dry and piddled only dust.
Christmas poem that we have. Just to set you there first, I would like to invite you back in time, 1922, where every child had a different idea of St. Nicholas. If you were Catholic, St. Nicholas wouldn't have come to your house on Christmas Day, and Christmas Eve was just a night of preparation. You would spend the celebration of the Magi in January. In Christmas Day, in Protestant homes, St. Nicholas would arrive in green and your father's pants and boots, most likely, and a tough uncle would come in as Dark Pete. Perhaps on that morning you would find things in your shoes. So to a certain poet in 1922, right?
So we'll take you back to be the 20s or 30s when he was a boy. And it goes like this. One Christmas was so much like another. In those days around the Seatown corner now, and out of all sound except the distant speaking of the voices I sometimes hear a moment before sleep, that I can never remember whether it snowed for 6 days and 6 nights when I was 12, or whether it snowed for 12 days and 12 nights when I was 6. All the Christmases roll down toward the two-tongued sea, like a cold and headlong moon bundling down the sky that was our street, and then come to rest at the edge of the fish-freezing waves. And I plunge my hands into the snow and bring
It's all right.
I go
back there, but I'm afraid I'd make it worse.